Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to another daily dice where we ask the dice for a message and find out what that is. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. Truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And for anybody that is new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. Should these messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, you will find everything you need in the description box, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member of the channel. With that being said, today we are getting a message the angels have been trying to get to you. And we're going to be using the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards by Kyle Gray. So with that being said, I already gave these a quick shuffle. But angels, what is the message you've been trying to get to my fellow humans? Thank you. All right. What is the message, angels, that you've been trying to get to my fellow humans? What would you like them to know? What is the message that you've been trying to get to my fellow humans? What would you like to come through, angels? Okay, so we've got the 7th house, Gemini energy, and Neptune. How you're communicating in relationships, or how others are communicating to you. It seems like there's been a little bit of illusions at play here, some manipulation, some falsifying information, or not seeing things clearly as we can. And sometimes that's hard, especially when we're emotionally involved in any type of connection, whether that's friend, family, co-worker. Like, there's always going to be emotions at play, and sometimes it's hard for us to detach from the emotional state to come into a clear mind, so that we can show up from a place of knowing exactly what needs to be done or how we can move forward. It feels like the message they've been trying to reach you with is just recognizing where you can become more adaptable as you're showing up. And it's not to put all the pressure on you. That's not what they're trying to do here. They're just trying to have you come into this place of recognizing that you can change anything that you want if you choose to change the way you're seeing it. So it's like, if you can't change your circumstances, change yourself. Right? I believe that's an old proverb, but it's this energy of knowing that to bring fairness or justice into a situation, you can't change the way other people are showing up. So if you're surrounded by people who are manipulating you, or who are lying to you, or being deceitful to you, you can't change them, right? They have to choose to change themselves. So if you can't change them, then the only thing that you can do in that situation is change yourself and change the way that you're communicating with them. So rather than sharing them all this information, or telling them what's going on with you, telling them how you feel, or sharing anything about you, to change would maybe just to be silent in that time. Right? This is also showing that this is a part of your shadow self at play right now. And facing this helps you to really start to integrate the duality of the light and the shadow. And it's interesting because I didn't show it, and now they want me to, but on the bottom of the deck, we have the Witch card here with Be the Light, right? So with this playing at the shadow self as well, it's this interesting energy of you truly coming into showing a light, or shining a light on the shadow self, shining a light on those shadow aspects within you, and not allowing them to have control over you. Right? It's like, okay, these people are lying to me, and instead of being flustered about it, or instead of letting my day turn into an awful day because of their actions, I'm going to choose to be in my highest, most aligned self, and just say, you know what? I can't change them, but I can choose to show up in a positive way. I can choose to be the light. I can choose to be honest. And this is going to help you overcome those illusions. And it's also going to help shine a light on the illusions of others as well. So maybe people have been believing the liars or the manipulators, and it's like you're feeling like left out. Like, why aren't people believing me? Why don't people believe my side of the story? And it's because of this, you know, when we're chasing reason or we're trying to chase after being heard or validated, it often eludes us. And so it's coming into a state of knowing that you're being honest and knowing that you're coming from an honest and sincere place, and staying still, just like silence, becomes deafening to people who aren't ready or willing to listen to that. And suddenly, where they were once not listening, now they are. And I feel like your angels are telling you they've been giving you guidance for this, but it's just something that really, for whatever reason, is playing at a deep trigger. And so every time it comes up, it just like hits home, and it just feels like, this again, like, I don't want to deal with this. Like, why are you being like that? You know, like anger is coming through, and they're saying like, it's hard for us to continue to give those messages to you when you're in that low vibrational state. It's hard for us to reach you with the information that we're trying to reach you with, okay? And part of this could be because you feel guilty, or you feel like you're to blame, that they're not in their highest light. And that's not the truth at all. Like, there's no blame necessary in this situation. People are going to show up the way that they're going to show up, right? Like, one of my favorite sayings that I've been saying lately is people are going to people. Like, that's just what they're going to do. People are going to people. And we have to accept that. There's nothing, like, we can't control other people's actions. And the more that we embrace that, the less aggravation on how they show up, the less we get aggravated, right? So what's the message that you've been trying to give to my fellow humans? Angels, what is the message you've been trying to give to my fellow humans? Thank you. Okay, on the bottom, look, we've got the Magician, Archangel Raziel. You can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful beginnings. I was going to say stressful beginnings, like the candles flickering out too. Yeah, so it feels like your success is coming from stress. Like, and that it's not that stress is what made you successful, right? That's not what made you successful. It's just, it's because of the stressful situations that you're choosing to focus on yourself. And the more you focus on yourself, the easier it will be for you to really begin to understand which steps to take, right? You have everything you need, and you're being watched over here by the angels. They're helping you out every step of the way. You're not alone, but you have to make a choice to distance yourself from that energy. And even if you can't distance yourself from the people who are doing that, like, so the example they're giving me here is like, say you have a child who you raised to be honest, but for whatever reason, they've just embraced lying, and they always lie to you. And it's like, you just don't understand, like, why are they always lying? Like, I'm an honest person, but they're always lying. It's a choice that they're making. So maybe they learned it from TV. Maybe they learned it from school. Like, they picked it up from somewhere, even though you were trying to teach them how to be honest. And this could be anybody, right? But at the end of the day, wherever they're at is where they're at. And even if everybody's believing the child over you, or this could be a parent, or this could be a friend, or whatever, even though they're believing this other person over you, at the end of the day, when you stand firm knowing that you're coming from that honest place, eventually that will shine true, okay? So we've got the 5 of Ariel. Yeah, you needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. Exactly. So the more that you focus on it and the more energy you put towards it, the more it's going to manifest in your life. So instead of focusing on it, focus on what can I do to change myself? And how do I stand firm in my own beliefs and energies? And part of that's just sometimes coming into silence. Silence is very loud. This is Temperance energy with solutions here. Archangel Zadkiel. And Zadkiel is a very powerful energy. Like, he's the one that helped me leave when I was in an 8-year abusive relationship with a narcissist. And so I prayed to Archangel Zadkiel. He helps you cut ties, but he also helps give you the courage that you need to find the right solutions for you in your life. So very powerful energy. If you want to work with him, I would absolutely encourage that. Like, he's absolutely watching out for you, and a very loving presence. Sometimes he does give us tough love, okay? says success comes from objective compromise, self-control, and patience, forgiving and healing energy. So this time, we're helping you to find this forgiveness. And I also feel like there's a big change in store for you. So you're going to see things start to shift. But the real message that the angels have really been trying to get to you is that right now, silence is going to be your best friend. And in the silence, you're going to be gaining clarity and solutions as you go. And this is integration of your journey and integration of what you've learned. And the balancing out, we were talking about that, the shadow aspect coming out and being the light, right? And temperance is all about balancing the light and the shadow. So this is about gaining wisdom, but it's interesting. She has a moth in her hair, and the moth is connected to the night, right? And it's talking about transformation through darkness. And I actually have this come up on a reading earlier this week. If you haven't checked it out, it might not be posted at the same time as this video, but it's going to be within a few days. It's a message from your inner shaman, and it talked about it in one of those piles there. So you might find yourself called to that and watching that, or if it's after this, before this video, you might have watched the pile that had that. But we're talking about transformation through the shadow, and that's where your true wisdom is coming from. I feel like this wants to be out, so let's get some oracles out on it and see what else they'd like to tell you. So angels, what is a message you've been trying to get to my fellow humans? What is the messages you've been trying to get to my fellow humans? I feel like you're really exhausted too. Like you've been putting in a lot of effort. It's taking a lot out of you. And it's just kind of like at the point where you're just ready to like give up. And they're saying not to give up. It's right now it's about coming back to yourself. Yeah, Jupiter, grow and expand, coming back to yourself, right? Spiritual journey, your own journey, your self-love journey. You're growing and you're expanding and you're learning valuable lessons. And sometimes those valuable lessons come in very difficult packages. But that, like I was saying, Archangel Zadkiel, he teaches us through tough love, right? He makes us face the parts of ourselves that we don't want to face. Like, I remember when I was praying to him, I was just like, I just don't know what to do anymore. Like, should I stay or should I go? And it was so clear. It was like, you have to say enough is enough. And it wasn't even an answer to my question, but somehow that was the exact answer that I needed. And it made me understand the question that I was asking. Right? And so when I said that, the answer that I said later, it's like I'm trying to help you understand how Zadkiel shows up. Like, I asked him for strength to give me the strength to say what I needed to say. And let me tell you, when I said it in a whisper to him because he was screaming at me. It was Thanksgiving Day, and he was screaming at me because I had stayed out with a friend, and he was accusing me of sleeping with my friend, who's a girl who had her own boyfriend, and she was just offering to take me out so that I could get away. And it was just such a crazy situation. And I remember talking to Zadkiel and praying, and I was like, what do I do? And here he is screaming at me, and I'm sitting on the bed, and I had nowhere to go. He had blocked me into the corner of the bed, so I couldn't even get out of the room. And as he's screaming, I finally said in a low whisper, I can't do this anymore. And I barely spoke above a whisper. And he stopped yelling, and he almost didn't understand what I said. And I said it again, and it was like everything shifted from that point on. Like my whole life shifted. That was the turning point of my whole life when that happened. And so that's what I feel like they're showing you. The reason they want me to share that with you is because there's something here that needn't be loud, but it's going to make everybody really focus and pay attention to you when it comes up. So it could just be like that, like you speak above a whisper, or you tell people like I'm done, or you say nothing at all. That's what I'm saying. Like it feels like the silence is where your power's coming from. So stay in the silence, right? We have change, like change is coming, 7. I'm here to guide you through this exciting transformation. This is a time of joyous opportunities. Yeah, there's a huge transformation coming. A huge transformation coming, like coming out of the discomfort. You know, when a butterfly turns into a butterfly, the caterpillar turns into sludge first. And I can't imagine that that's comfortable or fun or exciting for the caterpillar. It just knows that this is what it has to go through. The fire dragon burns up the lower energies around you. You are safe and protected. Be determined and inspired. Clear your soul pathway. Exactly. Like, you're changing your destiny here. But it's not been an easy journey, and they want to acknowledge that. But they also want you to remember that sometimes in the difficulties, that's where you gain the most power from. There's always going to be a light burning for you. And as long as that light is burning for you, always be able to find a way in the darkness. We have Artanis and Eris Lu with open yourself to the gifts that life brings. Be grateful and patient. You will receive all that you require. 5 is all about uncomfortable change, but change nonetheless. All right, let's see here. Let's get a cosmic energy card. Compassion. Look at this. Is the only one that flipped over so far. Compassion. Embrace others' differences and accept your own imperfections, right? We're all in this together. Even if people are irritating us and, you know, just feels like they're giving us so much crap and, oh my gosh, I can't handle this anymore. At the end of the day, we're all having this human experience together, and all of us are dealing with it the best way we know how. It's not like someone left a manual for life, you know? It's like, and even the quote unquote manuals that we have for life, they don't really apply to a lot of the things that are going on right now, right? So we're all just kind of stumbling through, figuring it out the best we can. We've got transformation is the soul's evolution. Yes. Okay, you might be seeing a lot of butterflies, or that might be like one of your spirit animals. So definitely a reminder, if you start to see a ton of butterflies, like it's coming, like even in this, there's a whole bunch of butterflies in this. I don't know if you can see it around the tree. Those are butterflies around the tree. I think they are. They're either birds, but they really look like that's a butterfly, but this one looks kind of like a bird. No, I think they're butterflies. We're going to go with their butterflies. So, because they look like butterflies, but one of them looks like a bird, but they're butterflies. Take action. Initiative, courage, determination, opportunity, universe support, momentum. The angels want you to know that now is the best time to take action on something specific, even if it seems impossible. Remember that the universe is working behind the scenes to support you. A great, great affirmation. The universe is for me, and so is everything else. And the universe always ensures everything is working out in my favor. House 1, individuality, self-image, and your approach to life. Yeah, this has to do with how you're showing up. That's the only thing that you have control over right now. Look, and house 2, physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. So how you feel about yourself says everything, and that's saying everything about how you're showing up right now too. So you don't feel like you're stable and grounded in how you are presenting yourself or in what's going on, it's going to feel shaky and unstable around you. And so now it's about you really grounding into your truth and saying, like, this is who I am, and I'm not going to change because everyone else is doing whatever they want. Like, I'm doing this because I'm coming from an honest place. Get your power back. Exactly. You've forgotten who you are. You are a child of the divine. Take your power back. Stand in your strength. Omega Dragon harnesses the divine feminine power of creation. So a lot of power energy coming through here. Intention, hold your vision, birth the higher consciousness, right? So manifesting a higher consciousness at this time, and that can be very uncomfortable. We have Aurora and Maxia Lu. The true power, I can't make this up, this is so incredible, is the light of your own magic. Remember that you are a powerful, magical creature. Okay, so the angels want you to take your power back. 22, opportunities, expansion, possibilities, courage, exploration, growth, fearlessness. Think big and expand your horizons as far as possible. Don't set limitations on yourself or what you believe is possible. Don't let fear stop you from opening your mind to opportunities you might otherwise miss. What opportunities am I missing out on because of self-imposed limitations or fear? Today, take a step towards something that scares you and embrace it as an opportunity for growth and expansion. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to put this right here. We're going to take a look at this. We're going to read this from the book. Spirit Fox. Trust your talents in the changing times. So change is everywhere in this reading. Okay, so there's going to be a huge shift for you coming through. I feel like the main thing is just to stand in your power, and really you don't have to share anything with anybody right now. Like, it's all about you staying true to yourself. And I feel like there's just a lot of people who are trying to manipulate you, or trying to create a lot of dissonance for you to switch up off your path, right? They don't want you to do what you're doing. It says stay alert as changes in the air. The spirit fox features my favorite animal of all time, the red fox, an amazingly resilient creature able to survive in urban environments or the freezing temperatures of the Arctic. Foxes know what it's like to be hunted. For centuries, they have been sought for their precious fur, when all they want is to survive. So the spirit fox can help you overcome the energies of adversity and unfair treatment. Also, as urban foxes hide in cities and go about their business in the darker hours, again, the shadow coming out here, the fox offers the medicine of blending in. The energies around you are changing at this time, and although it may not always be comfortable, you are equipped with all that you need to survive this shift. You're being presented with opportunities to reach spaces you've never encountered before. And this can make you feel on edge, but be open to the shifts occurring, because they really are the answers to your prayers. The experience of being hunted or threatened is now behind you, and you're being invited to come out from your den and reveal your glory and talents. Call upon Spirit Fox Medicine to help you be seen for who you are, and trust in your talents in order to be the best you can be in these challenging times. Oh my gosh, I love this message, because it's so true. Like, they've been talking about this whole time. It's like, sometimes saying nothing at all is the best thing, but it doesn't mean that you're not sharing your light. It doesn't mean that you're not shining out in the world. It just means that you've changed yourself. So it's like, instead of being small, now you're letting everyone see the truth of who you are. And so it's like, because they're going to be seeing the truth of who you are, they're going to start seeing the truth of everyone around you all at this time as well. Okay, so this is what I see here for you. If you felt like this was your message, leave the little fox emoji down below and saying, challenging times, if I can't change my circumstances, I choose to change myself, knowing that I am resilient, strong, and above all else, a powerful being here to manifest dreams and desires. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find everything you need in the description box, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here. And with that being said, I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides, all for coming together to give us this very powerful message. And until next time, stay human. Bye.